And welcome to another ijdm quick take. This will be on the MDR series. I have the MDR V6s here, but this does work with other MDR series, the professional series. By the way, these MDR V6 digital ones, a little clue to you, is the ones with the blue label that say professional. I forget, I think they're the 7506s or 7502s. Those are actually almost identical in make to these, and I honestly can't tell too much of a difference between these two style headphones. Great headphones, and a lot of people in the industry use them, and there's a problem with them, and it's these. And as you can see, this rubber stuff they put on there, why? It's just not needed. I'm not sure what the idea of it is, and I'm a little ahead of myself on this. And if you want to see the process, and there's enough people commenting, I can show the process, but I'm going to go over it best I can in this quick video. But basically, the problem with it is that there's a rubber coating that they put on it, or some kind of vinyl coating on it, and it just like starts disintegrating after 6 months of owning these headphones and wearing them on your ears. And if you sweat at all, something from the oil from your skin just makes it degrade. And of course, Sony probably makes more money off of these actual ear muffs than they do actually selling these headphones, because these things just, and then the worst part is, if you're a video person and you're out, or you're even at home and you put them on your ears, and even if your ears are if you're a little damp, it's like this stuff just sticks to your skin and you just look awful. So it's just annoying, and you find it everywhere, all over the place when you have these things. So my idea is just strip it off, and that's what we did today. And how I started the process was, and I did take the foam inserts out, which I have right here. I took those out before I started the process. And it's a couple simple things you'll need on this whole thing. One is this, which is actually, you can buy at any salon care place. It's actually peroxide, 40 volume, and you take that and you put it into a Ziploc bag like this. Put enough of it in there. I add a little water just because this stuff is thick. You probably could use the actual peroxide liquid as well as the cream, but this is what I had on hand for this video. And you just put it in the bag, and then you stick these inside, and I take the foam out and just let them sit in the sun and rotate them, and just massage the outside of the bag once in a while so it soaks in real good. And what happens is, this is a byproduct of something I noticed on another video on another channel, 8-bit guy, when he did a retro bright on a part of a panel where the leather or the pleather or whatever this stuff is, vinyl, started coming off, that the peroxide cream actually like eats through it. So if you're ever retro brighting, be sure to avoid like metal and like this type of material, because it will eat through it. And that's my safe point at this, and my disclaimer: if you are doing this, just do these, take the foam out, and do not let them set for too long. I only did these for about I'd say about an hour and a half in the sun, and massaged them, put enough water in, flipped them a few times, let them sit, heat up, and it pretty much, I mean, this was fully coated, but it was all just falling off, and it took most of it off. And then once you're done with it, I mean, they will fit back on the actual earphones just fine. It's just a little work trying to get these things on if you've ever taken them off. Next thing you need is just some duct tape. Any cheap duct tape will do. You can go to the dollar store or any dollar store near you and buy it, and just peel off the thing. And what I usually do is just take this sticky side out and wrap it around. And this is really a hack, just something I kind of picked up doing production over the years. And you just want to take it and just go over the last little bits of it. I mean, you may not get it all out on the first try, but I mean, you don't want to soak it in that peroxide, because the peroxide, I think, does eat through fabric after a while, especially at the strength of it. And you don't want to worry too much about this part where it actually goes in, because that'll be inside. But any of the areas that are exposed to your ears, and as you can see, it's taking the rest of this cruddy stuff off. It's just awful. And Sony, stop doing this. There's no need for this crap on these headphones. I mean, short of putting plastic bags on your headphones, this stuff just, it makes it, you're trying to use these in a professional environment, and when you're trying to do a professional shoot and you end up with a bunch of this black soot all over your ears and stuck to your face and stuff, it just looks awful. And whatever you can't get off, you can just kind of lightly pull, and it'll come right off, right in your hand. Don't get too much all over the place. And I did dry these a little bit in the dryer, and it took some of the stuff off. I found a few pieces, but I just wanted to get them dry so I could do this video real quick and do this as a quick take. But once you're finished, you just slowly, you put your foam pieces back in that I showed you earlier. I have no idea what I did. Oh, man. You just stick, I'm not going to do it yet because obviously I'm not finished getting this excess off, but just, you know, put the foam back in. Put the foam back in, and then just slowly work it back in the groove on this piece right here. And you do want to get any of this excess on this edge, but anything on this inside, it'll be in there, so you really don't have to worry about that. But this will save the problem of, you know, you're out in a shoot and you're dressed up in a suit or in tie or whatever, or it's an important shoot with an important client, and you end up with all this stuff on your ears. I mean, it's just awful. I mean, these are my preferred headphones. I've been using this style headphone. I cannot imagine how long. I mean, I've been in production so long. I remember before this it was the AKGs or some of the other ones, the Sennheisers, but I mean, these are just my preferred go-to. And whatever reason, the coating on these, I mean, this is just fine. It's fabric, and once you put the foam back in there, you can't even tell the difference, and it's better. So that's the quick hack of the day. Again, all you need is a little duct tape. Any cheap duct tape will do. Don't, you know, spend a lot on it. You know, Ziploc bag to put it in, set it in the sun for about an hour or two. I'd say 2 hours most, and then some of this. And I mean, if you want to experiment with this hack a little bit more and see if maybe that'll help take this portion off. But I think because this was mostly exposed to the sun, it took most of this off, and I think this is where it was originally glued on or done at the factory. And no video is complete without showing the final product. There's still a little bit left, which that'll naturally fall off, but I mean, as you can see on the main earmuffs, and these things take a while to kind of resettle back in there and the actual things. But I mean, hey, no more rubbery vinyl weird stuff all over your ears like you got some kind of weird ear thing going on. And this is totally fine. And I mean, these things should be washable as far as I know. And that's it for this ijdm episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.